All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Saira Mujtaba. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. today. Beating the retreat ceremony marking the culmination of Republic Day celebrations to be held at Vijay Chowk in New Delhi this evening. Rashtrapati Bhavan gardens renamed as Amrit Udyan to open for visitors from coming Tuesday. President of UN General Assembly Csaba Korosi to arrive in New Delhi today on a 3-day visit to India. India beat South Africa 5-2 to finish joint 9th in the FIH Men's Hockey World Cup in Rourkela. Final to be played today between Germany and Belgium in Bhubaneswar. And in cricket, second T20 International between India and New Zealand to be played in Lucknow this evening. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. today. It will be the 97th episode of the monthly radio program. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan, AIR News website and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be live streamed on the YouTube channels of AIR News, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the youth of the country are benefiting from the reforms in the defence sector. The Prime Minister was addressing the annual NCC PM rally at the Karyappa Parade Ground in New Delhi last evening.
भारत जिस तरह अपने डिफेंस सेक्टर में लगातार रिफॉर्म्स कर रहा है, उसका लाभ भी देश के युवाओं को हो रहा है। एक समय था जब हम असॉल्ट राइफल और बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट तक विदेशों से मंगवाते थे। आज सेना की जरूरत के सैकड़ों ऐसे सामान हैं जो हम भारत में बना रहे हैं। आज हम अपने बॉर्डर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर भी बहुत तेजी से काम कर रहे हैं। ये सारे अभियान भारत के युवाओं के लिए नई संभावनाएं लेकर के आए हैं।
Mr. Modi said this is the time for new opportunities for the youth of the country as India's time has arrived. The Prime Minister said Yuva Shakti is the driving force of India's development journey. He said new sectors are opening up for the youth in India today. Mr. Modi said NCC is also completing 75 years when India is celebrating its milestone of 75 years of independence. He congratulated the entire team of NCC. During the event, the Prime Minister released a special day cover and a commemorative specially minted coin of 75 rupee denomination. Beating the retreat ceremony, marking the culmination of the 4-day-long Republic Day celebrations, will be held at the historic Vijay Chowk in New Delhi today. Indian tunes based on classical rags will be played during the ceremony. 29 captivating and foot-tapping Indian tunes will be played by the music bands of the Army, Navy, Air Force and State Police and Central Armed Police Force. President and Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh will witness the ceremony. The ceremony will witness the country's biggest drone show comprising 3,500 indigenous drones. The magnificent drone show will light up the evening sky over the Raisina Hills, weaving myriad forms of national figures and events through smooth synchronization. It will depict the success of the startup ecosystem and the technological prowess of the country's youth and pave the way for future path-breaking trends. The event will be organized by Bot Labs Dynamics. For the first time, a 3D anamorphic projection will be organized during the Beating the Retreat ceremony on the facade of North and South Block. The ceremony will begin with the massed band's Agniveer tune, which will be followed by enthralling tunes like Almora, Kedarnath, Sangamdur, Queen of Satpura, Bhagirathi, Kokan Sundari by Pipes and Drums Band. Indian Air Forces Band will play Charkha, Vayu Shakti and Swadeshi, while fascinating tunes of Akla Cholo Re, Hum Taiyar Hain and Jai Bharati will be played by the band of Indian Navy. The Indian Army's band will play Shankhnad, Sher-e Jawan, Qadam Qadam Badhaye Ja and Ae Mere Watan Ke Logon. The event will come to a close with the ever-popular tune of Sare Jahan Se Achha. President Draupadi Murmu will grace the opening of the gardens of Rashtrapati Bhavan Udyan Utsav 2023 today. Among several other attractions, the visitors will be able to see specially cultivated tulips of 12 unique varieties which are expected to bloom in phases. This time, the gardens will be open for about 2 months. The gardens will open for the general public on Tuesday and will remain open till the 26th of March except on Mondays, which are maintenance days. From the 28th of March to the 31st of March, the gardens will be open for special categories. The garden will open for farmers on the 28th of March, for differently abled persons on the 29th of March, for personnel of defence forces, paramilitary forces and police on the 30th of March, and for women including tribal women self-help groups on the 31st of March. The visitors will be allowed to visit in 6 hourly slots between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. The capacity for the 2 forenoon slots will be 7,500 visitors during weekdays and 10,000 visitors in each slot on weekends. People can book their slots well in advance through online booking. Bookings can be made at www.rashtrapatisachivalay.gov.in. Walk-in visitors can also get entry to the gardens. However, they will have to register themselves at the facilitation counters as well as at the self-service kiosk near gate number 12 of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Entry and exit for all visitors will be from gate number 35 of the President's estate. On the occasion of the celebrations of 75 years of independence as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the President has given a common name to the Rashtrapati Bhavan gardens as Amrit Udyan. Apart from the gardens of Rashtrapati Bhavan, people can also visit Rashtrapati Bhavan 5 days a week from Wednesday to Sunday. They can also visit Rashtrapati Bhavan Museum 6 days a week from Tuesday to Sunday, as well as witness the change of guard ceremony every Saturday except on gazetted holidays. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
Budget 2023. What makes the headlines? What matters most for the people, markets, sectors, industry and the nation? Join All India Radio News for a special live day-long program on Union Budget for an in-depth analysis by experts, special budget bulletins, people's reaction on the budget and exclusive interviews. Tune into the FM Gold channel 100.1 MHz of All India Radio and other frequencies from 10:10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesday, that's 1st of February. It will also be available on our app News on AIR and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
Welcome back. You're listening to Morning News. President of the 77th session of the UN General Assembly, Csaba Korosi, will be on a 3-day visit to India beginning today. This will be his first bilateral visit to any country since he assumed UNGA presidency in September last year. During the visit, Mr. Korosi will hold talks with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on key multilateral and regional issues of mutual interest. He has outlined a few priorities for his UNGA presidency. These include standing firm on the basic principles of the UN Charter and making significant and measurable progress in sustainability transformation, enhancing the role of science in decision-making and increasing solidarity to better endure new chapters of crisis facing the world are some of his other priorities. Given Mr. Korosi's strong interest in India's expertise in water management and experience in sustainable development goals, he would also be interacting with senior officials of Niti Aayog and India's G20 presidency team to explore the scaling up of India's best practices. The visiting dignitary will deliver a public address at the Indian Council of World Affairs on his presidency's theme of Solutions Through Solidarity, Sustainability and Science in the UN tomorrow. The UNGA president will also witness the Beating the Retreat ceremony today. He will pay floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi at the Rajghat tomorrow on the occasion of Martyrs' Day. This visit to India will be an opportunity to exchange views on global challenges that the United Nations is currently seized with. It would help reinforce India's abiding commitment to multilateralism, including through its ongoing G20 presidency, and how it would address these global challenges meaningfully for a better future for the Global South. The first Employment Working Group meeting under the Sherpa track of the G20 will be held from the 2nd to the 4th of February in Jodhpur, for which preparations have already begun. The city is decorated depicting Rajasthani culture with a special theme. Dishes especially prepared from millets will be served to the Sherpas and the delegates. The foreign guests will start their morning with a yoga session. Sherpas and delegates from 20 countries including Australia, Italy, Japan and China are expected to attend the meeting. The focus areas of the Employment Working Group meeting will target issues including addressing global skill gaps, gig and platform economy and social protection and sustainable financing of social security. On to sports now. India beat South Africa 5-2 to finish joint ninth with Argentina in FIH Men's Hockey World Cup in Rourkela. Skipper Harmanpreet Singh, Akashdeep, Shamsher Singh were among the goal scorers in the classification match for the 9th to 12th position in Rourkela yesterday. While the final will be played today between Germany and Belgium in the Culling Stadium in Bhubaneswar, Australia and the Netherlands will contest for the 3rd and 4th position. In cricket, the second T20 International between India and New Zealand will be played in Lucknow today. The match will start at 7 p.m. In the first T20 of the three-match series, New Zealand defeated India by 21 runs in Ranchi. Earlier, India claimed the top spot in the ICC Men's ODI ranking after clean sweeping the Kiwis 3-0 in the series. The hosts won the third and final ODI at the Holkar Stadium in Indore by 90 runs, securing a comprehensive 8-wicket win in the second ODI in Raipur. The International Cricket Council announced an all-female cast of match officials for the final of the Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup. The match will take place today in Potchefstroom and will see India go head-to-head against England to decide who the first-ever champions will be. The match will begin at 5:15 p.m. The T20 International between India women and South Africa women was called off due to heavy rain at Buffalo Park in East London, with only 2 overs having been played. India won the toss and elected to bat first as Smriti Mandhana and Jemima Rodrigues came out to open the innings. In Australian Open tennis, 5th seed Aryna Sabalenka has won the women's singles title. Sabalenka of Belarus defeated 22nd seed Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan in the finals. In the men's singles, 4th seed Novak Djokovic will take on 3rd seed Stefanos Tsitsipas in the title clash today. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Saira. Almost all dailies have covered the unfortunate crash at Morena. 2 Indian Air Force jets crashed in training, 1 pilot dead, writes Hindustan Times, while the Sunday Tribune notes, IAF fighter jets collide mid-air, pilot dead. The Asian Age has noted PM's remarks while he was in Bhilwara, marking the 111th Incarnation Festival of folk deity Lord Dev Narayan. The paper writes, working to empower every section of society, says Prime Minister. In business news, Economic Times headline, FPO on track, no price band change, says Adani Group, while another counter headline in the same daily says, MSCI invites market feedback on Adani-related securities. And finally, the Hindu writes about an ancient terracotta temple that has stood the ravages of time for millennia but is now eroding due to increased air salinity thanks to climate change. Sea winds erode Sundarban's temple. And with that, it's back to you, Saira.
Thanks, Subhadra, for the press review. And before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. today. Beating the retreat ceremony marking the culmination of Republic Day celebrations to be held at Vijay Chowk in New Delhi this evening. Rashtrapati Bhavan Gardens renamed as Amrit Udyan to open for visitors from coming Tuesday. President of UNGA Csaba Korosi to arrive in New Delhi today. India beat South Africa 5-2 to finish joint ninth in FIH Men's Hockey World Cup in Rourkela. And in cricket, second T20 International between India and New Zealand to be played in Lucknow this evening. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a great day.